Jazz came out of a group of people's suffering, their way of coping with life, their optimism of saying, you know, how things could be, should be, we want them to be. That's what jazz is, and I think that everybody relates to that. Everybody gets the blues about something or sometime, and that's your way of telling your story. So it's like that grain of sand in the oyster, you know, becomes a pearl. I moved to Jersey City when I was about 21. I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, raised in Atlanta, Georgia, and left to come to the New York area for the music. I would play as much as I possibly could. I would go out to all the jam sessions, throw my name around, play with guys, meet guys. So I would work as much as I could, and then when I had time off, I would go meet all these other guys that came through DC from New York, and I'd get a chance to meet them. If I could, get a chance to sit in and play with them, become friends. Jazz is a social music. It's a music that's very important because it also tells not just African Americans' story, but it tells the story of the United States. When you would look at all the guys, Dexter Gordon, Art Blakey, Lionel Hampton, they always brought all these younger guys into their band, which needed to happen. You know, economically it works, but at the same time, you're passing on all this information and the lifestyle and the history to young guys so it can keep moving on. I had an experience when I was living in DC. Went to Blues Alley one night to meet and hear a great lady named Abby Lincoln. And I remember it was me, my brother, and Antoine Roney. And before we could say hello, she said, "You got a debt to pay." And then she told us, she said, "You owe Charlie Parker, you owe Dizzy Gillespie." And she just went down the list. And I never forgot that. You know, a lot of these guys that came before us that opened up all of these doors for us. And that's just not just musically. And it made a lot of sense, and it stuck with me. I've always felt like if the music did this for me, then it can do it for a whole lot of other people. So I always tell people when I do my shows, I think this music makes people better human beings. I tell people this music was at the forefront of integration. When people around the world heard and saw all of our great masters, you know, Louis Armstrong, Jelly Roll Morton, and, you know, all those guys play this music, they say, "Wait a minute, there's something else happening here. These ain't the people y'all telling us, you know, can't think. Right. No way they can create and come up with this." Right. Right? This help open up the doors. It's in our hands now. We have to help pass it on. So I urge you, listen, when you're out here and you're in some other clubs, festivals, get on the internet, throw us in the suggestion box. Tell people, hey, look, we want to see one of our Harp and Jelly posse. They help you do it like this. We need that.